If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, you can tell me that you hate my videos, but the best way to do that is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Travis Scott is apparently going to be on the new season of Fortnite, and Young MA says that R&B is dead. Plus, A Boogie Wit Da Hoodie says he's taking a break from music. Let's talk hip-hop. Alright, so there is this gamer, right, by the name of Lucas7Yoshi. That's what he goes by on Twitter, right? And he always puts out different leaks and stuff that are gonna happen with different games. So he put out a leak earlier today about Travis Scott. So he says a Travis Scott cosmetic set was added to version 12.00, right? This confirms some of the collaboration between him and Fortnite. Exact details are not clear, but it's safe to say that it's probably a skin and some other stuff, as it is a set, right? And then if you could look at the coding, which is right here, this dude, Lucas Yoshi, actually took a screenshot of the coding, right? Real nerd shit, right? So it's like tag name, cosmetic set, driver, basis, right? Display name, and then you see highlighted, it says string, and then it says Travis Scott, right? So a lot of people are thinking that it's probably gonna be like some kind of sicko mode, like skin or emote, or maybe like a Cactus Jack emote or a skin or whatever like that. And for y'all that don't know or who don't play Fortnite, and really I don't play Fortnite either, right? But a skin or emote is basically like a cool like dance or something that you can kind of do, you know, during battle or something, like a battle cry or a battle call, and you pay actual money to allow your player to be able to do these different like dances or whatever like that, right? And it's kind of crazy because Carlton Banks from like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air filed a class action lawsuit against Fortnite about maybe a year and a half or maybe 2 years ago now, or probably like a year ago, basically saying that Fortnite needs to pay him money because they are using his dance as one of like the skins or one of the emotes, right? The Carlton dance, right? Also, Blockboy JB signed on to that same class action lawsuit because they were using the Shoop, which is his dance that he created, and then the Backpack Kid jumped on the lawsuit too because they were using his emoji or his dance called the Floss, right? But all that stuff was dismissed out of court because the judge basically said that you can't copyright or try to say that this dance came from you, right? So that leaves Fortnite with full range to steal people's moves and people's dances, put it in their video game, and then charge other people actual money so that they can make the profit and not the person that came up with the dance. So very unfair, right? But it's kind of different in this situation because it looks like they're working together in conjunction with Travis Scott, like they're doing something together, right? This is cool, which means that Travis Scott is actually gonna get money for Fortnite using whatever kind of move or image or, you know, whatever it is that they're going to be doing when the new version of Fortnite comes out, right? And just hopefully this is something that continues in the future because, I mean, come on now, if you're gonna take something from the culture and make money off of it, at least, you know, let the culture get something too, right? Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Young MA goes on Twitter, right? And she says, music don't feel the same because we barely have R&B. R&B brung that balance to music. Now everything is leaning just one way, shaking my head. So it gets really played out real quick. We need R&B for the balance, no cap, right? All right, and I feel Young MA, like, all right, so let's talk about it, right? There is R&B in music, but it's just so different, right? R&B is kind of like a hip hop hybrid, and even when you have like singers who can really actually sing some R&B, they still kind of lean more towards just, I guess, like flowing or kind of just like melodic rap instead of really like singing R&B, right? So like The Weeknd or Party Next Door or even Jaquez, they kind of do, I mean, Jaquez could sing now, don't get me wrong, but he will melodic rap your ass too, right? I mean, you got YK Osiris, who is another R&B singer who could sing too, but still will melodically rap your ass too, right? And so I feel like there are no like real R&B singers like Avant or Case or Joe or Donnell Jones like back in the day, right? Like that kind of R&B, I gotta agree with Young MA, is kind of dead. But I mean, why would anybody, first of all, you got to be on your grown man shit, right? And I'm talking for the guys, right? For the women, I think R&B is still alive a little bit. Ashanti is still going hard, even though she's from the old school, but Beyonce is still going hard, even though she's kind of from the old school too. But I think that with women, Ella Mai, and a couple of other R&B singers, I think with women, R&B is alive a little bit more. But with the guys, I think that men just kind of want to be like a little bit more aggressive, right? And not soft. And let's face it, like being an R&B singer was never cool, right? If you were thinking about, you know, I don't know, Ruben Studdard or Rick Ross, who would you pick, right? If you was thinking about, I don't know, Styles P or Akon, who would you pick? Like being an R&B singer was never the cool thing to be. And nowadays everybody's trying to be cool, especially with social media and people clout chasing. So ain't nobody trying to be an R&B singer. They're not gonna put themselves in a position to be less cool than what they could be, right? And if you can sing, then you might as well just rap and throw some singing in there, like A Boogie or Roddy Ricch or NBA Youngboy or somebody like that, you know what I'm saying? But I agree. I think that R&B should come back. I think that would be dope and fire. But I mean, we need somebody that's really gonna dedicate themselves to this R&B shit, you know what I'm saying? But let me know what you think about this in the comments. All right, so A Boogie goes on Twitter and he says, "Thank you to everyone for supporting my album. I'm glad you guys respected where I'm going with this shit," right? And then he says, "You can't put me in any category. Artistry is everything to me, right? I want to drop A Boogie versus Artist this year, but only if you're ready. Before I go ghost, I want to flood your ears with straight art," right? And this is dope. So A Boogie kind of talked about this a little bit when he did his interview on Everyday Struggle, right? He straight up said two things that he's saying right now in this tweet, right? One thing he said was that, yeah, he wants to drop A Boogie versus Artist, right? Where it's kind of like his rapper persona, A Boogie, high bridge, big chain, I hang out with Don Q, versus that artist who like is in the studio and gets a little bit more, you know, I guess emotional and a little bit more raw and exposed for his fans, right? So if he's gonna drop that project, it might be like half one thing, half another thing, maybe a double disc, maybe two personas on one song, or whatever he's cooking up. But A Boogie has always had quality ass music, and I'm looking forward to that, right? The other thing that he said in his interview on Everyday Struggle, which he also said in that tweet, was that, yeah, he does want to take a break, right? But not basically like just, hey, I don't want to work, let me go to Hawaii for like 2 months or whatever and just sit here. And even if he does that, that's cool, because A Boogie been putting in work back to back for years now. But I think it's more like he just wants to take a break from music, doing albums and touring and everything, because he wants to do other business ventures, right? Nothing private either. It's gonna be something that you're gonna see, right? It's like he might invest in a movie or start doing documentaries, or, you know, put I don't know, put money into some kind of fund to where he could finance an app or something, or whatever the case may be, right? But A Boogie says he has dreams that he wants to chase, and he wants to do it like right now while he's still young, before he turns 30, right? So he wants to kind of put music to the side a little bit now that he's established himself in rap, is, you know, #1 for super long, and has dope music, and got the money to do whatever it is that he wanted to do in the first place, right? So I think that this is fire and dope, right? And I love A Boogie and I love his music, and I want him to drop this next album before he disappears, and hopefully he's not gone for that long, right? But let me know what you think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me at Jonny Fastlane on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.